everyone. Welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. Today we've got a nice little aromatic for you. We are doing our impressions on Boswell's Best from Boswell's company up north in New England. So it is a vanilla flavored aromatic. It's got black Cavendish, and Virginias in it. It is a ribbon cut, comes in bulk. You can also, they tin it there as well. So you can also get it in like a 2-ounce tin as well. The strength is mild, the flavoring is mild, taste is mild, very light. We'll talk about that as we go through there. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this one. What do you think about the tin note on this one?
I'm going to start by saying I like the cut. I like the way it burns. So far it seems like it's pretty good. I don't get much scent of any of the flavorings that they're talking about in it. It's a very it's a light blend of these flavorings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get a little bit of the vanilla topping in here. Especially if you were to put it, in a container.
Yeah.
I think you'd get more of it. Right now we have it open. We're letting it dry out a little bit,
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that vanilla topping. A little bit of the sweetness from the black Cavendish. Hardly any grassy or honey or the citrus. A little bit from the Virginias, but it's like you said, it's very, very light.
Yeah.
It's light in tin note, and as we get into it, I think we're going to find also that it's light in flavor,
in the flavor as well.
Cool. All right. Well, what do you think about the taste?
This one is the same thing. I get more on the taste than I do on the tin note. Now, like you said, it's probably because we're leaving it open and we're letting it dry. Maybe inside of an actual tin or a jar, we would have gotten stronger. But I get more flavor than I do out of the smell from the tin note. And the vanilla, I think, is the more prominent flavor coming through. Not much tobacco taste. Very slight amounts of vanilla and a little bit of caramel flavoring, which is typical of your aromatics that have like vanilla flavorings in them. You get a little caramel taste.
Definitely the vanilla is the star in this one, but don't let that confuse you as being a heavy vanilla flavor.
No.
It's a very light vanilla touch to it, but I get more vanilla than anything else, what you were saying.
Yeah.
And you're right, as far as the tobacco flavors, to me, they're almost non-existent. Yeah.
I would, and this isn't a bad point, but this is a point I do want to make about it. It tastes a lot like the vanilla that you would get out of the jar at your local tobacco shop. Like if you were to go to a tobacco shop, and they have pipe tobaccos and cigars there in a storefront, and it's a brick and mortar building, and you want to pick out some cigars, and I want 6 ounces of vanilla. Because it's not labeled, it's not named. This is the kind of this is what it reminds me of. Is that there's a slight vanilla flavor, good smoke, it's full bodied, but you can tell it's not a marketable. This big company made it and sold it and did these kind of things. That's what it tastes like to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's full bodied.
Really?
This one, no. This is a pretty mild, light smoke. You're not having to think about it. You light it, you go. This, to me, this is a typical tobacco that people who just get started into smoking pipes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Would get this type of
It
tobacco.
reminds me of the days before I started purchasing, this company's name, this company's brand, who makes this. Before I started really digging deep in tobacco, that's what it was. It was going to the tobacco shop. I need 6 ounces of vanilla, and let me have that bag of McBaron's right there. And that's what this tobacco reminds me of, is those early smoking days where that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good. I could smoke this all day long. And never feel like my palate was beat up. But it is a very, very light flavored smoke. Yeah. There's just a touch. I get that caramel that you're tasting also. There's a touch of a earthiness in here, ever so slightly chocolate. And when I first also smelled it, I got a hint of chocolate in there as well. And it's coming through a little bit in the taste. But hardly almost no tobacco flavor at all. I mean, it's a light smoke. It is what it is. It's an all-day light smoke.
Now, I'm kind of enjoying it though, because it's bringing back a bit of nostalgia too. Just because it's exactly like you said. This is something I could smoke all day. If I was on tight budget, this is what I wanted to smoke. You could smoke this all day long and not have any palate changes. I don't feel like it would burn my tongue. I don't feel like it would do anything. Just a cheap pipe, a cheap smoke all day long. It brings back a little bit of the old days, and I kind of like that.
Careful though not to say that this is a cheap smoke, because it is
It's not.
quality tobaccos.
Yeah.
It is good tobaccos, and it's probably, I mean, it's one of their best sellers. The Boswell brand, it's one of their best sellers. So it's hitting some marks that people want.
It is. I can see where people are getting off on it, because that's my thing. Is it's just a very light smoking tobacco. It's not near as prevalent as, well, and I mean, we've been smoking a lot of really German and English blends and things like that, and those are very hard-hitting, forward flavor tobaccos. They're also pricey, and this one, I'm not going to say is cheap, because it is quality tobacco. It's more expensive than some of the other tobaccos
Bulks.
that we've tried
Yeah.
in bulks, but it's smoking like a light tobacco. It's enjoyable. I mean, not a lot of flavor, but it's just a smoke. It's a good smoke.
Yep. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about this. It's very clean. It's
Yeah, that's probably what I was looking for.
yeah, it's very clean. There's not a lot of complexity to it. It's just an easy smoke is what it is. Yeah. What do you think about the room note?
Room note's very pleasant to me. I think it's one of those. It reminds me of the days you walk into a brick and mortar smoking area, and you have a couple of old fellas smoking pipes, talking, and this is what you smell.
Yeah.
Just a smoke, but light hints of vanilla and caramel. It's a very, very, very pleasant room note, I think.
Well, looking at it, you can see that there's quite a bit of black Cavendish in it. There's some regular Cavendish and black Cavendish, and through the taste, the Cavendish is really what's coming. That black Cavendish is really what's coming forward.
Yep.
Yeah, I get some vanilla wafts when I walk through this, and so that's kind of what I'm getting. It's reminiscent of some of those old codger blends.
Yep.
You know, yeah, and it's very, very pleasant. You're not going to get complaints about this one.
No, you're not
at all. Now, this one came to us. Was gifted to us by Boss Hog 104. Thank you again.
Thank you, Boss Hog,
for the samples that you sent us. And it came to us just a shade moist, so I let it dry out just a little bit. But I think that's typical for aromatics.
Yeah.
You know? And this one is not one of those aromatics that's just goopy and...
No, that was another point I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is maybe the reason it's on a higher price range than some of your other bulk arrows that are really cheap, that are just similar tastings to like this, is you're right. It's quality tobaccos are being used in this product. So there's no dawdle, burns all the way through. It's not goopy. It doesn't make my bowl hot.
Yeah.
It just smokes.
I mean, it's just enough flavoring in it to give it that essence.
Yeah.
And not get just kind of be a burden on your tongue, you know?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the nick hit on this?
A very mild nick hit. It's you're smoking it to enjoy a smoke. You're not smoking it to, feel anything like a nicotine hit. Like I want to relax. Or,
Yeah.
this is a smoke that you could load in your pipe, go mow the yard.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very mild. Hardly any kind of a nicotine hit on this at all.
Yeah.
You know what might pair well with this is a vanilla porter.
Yeah.
And I think that the porter part of it is going to give you that strength that you're looking for.
Yep.
And this just be kind of a condiment to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it probably would pair well. Yeah. This is very, very similar to Lane 1Q. It's a little different, but it's similar to Lane,
Yes.
to Lane 1Q.
I think Lane 1Q is a little more on the flavor forward side than this one.
And it's also, to me, Lane 1Q burns a little hotter than
Yes, it comes goopier and hotter.
this. Yeah. So this is a better, well, I'm not sure I want
Hard
to
to say Lane 1Q
better.
got
Yeah,
the number one spot for a while.
Yeah, Lane 1Q is one of the best-selling tobaccos in the world right now.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of people that smoke that. But to me, my opinion is that this is a better version of Lane 1Q simply because it's not an assault on the palate. It doesn't burn me. I can smoke it all day
Yep.
without kind of ever thinking twice about it. You know, Lane 1Q, you got to kind of think about it as you smoke
You
it.
got to work with it.
Yeah.
There's some bathing that needs to be done. You got to pull it out of the bowl, let it dry for 10 minutes, then pack it, then light it, then work with it, and maybe do the gradual lighting. This one is pull it out, pack it in your pipe, smoke it,
Yeah.
go about your day.
Yeah, there's no, like you said, no bite, no harshness. It does leave a little dottle. I smoked this one maybe 2 or 3 times before this episode.
Yeah.
And got pretty much the same results all the way through. The flavor is consistent from light to finish. It's got a pretty decent little aftertaste.
Yeah, it does. I'm really enjoying this smoke. There's just a little bit of... It's hitting the notes, but it's not overpowering anything. It's not changing my life. It's not making me rethink on aromatics and go, oh, I really need to do that. And it might not even ever end up in my top 5 rotation. But it's one of those smokes that you can buy that you can always fall back to. And I think that's what makes me really enjoy it, is it's like, I just want to have a smoke. I don't want to work with anything. I don't want to... Today, I just want to have a smoke.
Yeah.
Boswell. Let's do it.
Simple and subtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Really enjoying it.
Well, this, like I said, this one comes in bulk, and it also comes in 2-ounce tins. The breakdown on it is about $3.75 an ounce.
That's not bad.
It's
It's
worth-
not the highest we've done, but it's higher than some of the other bulk ones that we've tried.
And that's the bulk price. The tin price is a little bit higher. You can get this at boswellpipes.com. I will put that website in the description so that if you want to take a look at it, you can go straight to their website and look at all their selections. They've got a lot of different selections that we are going to try some in the fall. There's a few
Some of their
Englishes that I want
Yeah.
to try in the fall. Yeah. All right. Well, so what do you give it?
I think this one, to me, is a solid 3.5 shots. It's above average to me just because of its ease of smoke. It's is it they have it pretty available?
Oh yeah. You can get this anytime.
I would assume they would, considering it's one of their best sellers. But I think just a sheer availability, ease of smoke, non-assertiveness, solid 3.5. And it's a good quality smoke. I like it. 3.5.
Okay. I get absolutely no flavor out of it. I'm getting just kind of a smoke with just a slight hint of flavor. And I'm not sure that I would find that interesting enough for me to keep it all the time.
Yeah.
For me, a person that's looking for flavor, that's looking for something that is kind of complex and contemplative, I want to think about it, as I'm doing it. It's not for me. So to me, this is like a 2.5. Although it's not insulting me. You know, it's not.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not offensive.
It's not a bad 2.5. It's just this is one of your old codger blends. This is one of the old. This is an older flavor, a more traditional smoke. It seems like, and it's baseline on everything.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's just compared to the other tobaccos that are present nowadays, it doesn't meet the
my
medal.
favorite movie, Nice.
It's nice.
Not thrilling.
Not thrilling.
Nice. That's what I get out of this.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, so we give it
3.
And 3. Yeah.
1, 2, and
3. So this is Boswell's Best. You know, just it is fairly easy smoke. I mean, if you're driving all the time,
Yeah.
if you're just on the road and smoking one right after another, this would probably be okay.
I think so too.
Yeah. But for me, just didn't hit the buttons I wanted to hit, either as an arrow or as just as a tobacco in general. So, all right. Well, you got anything else you want to share?
Thank you, Boss Hogg, for introducing us to Boswell's Best.
This is our second Boswell tobacco that we've ever tried. The other one was Christmas Cookie.
I did not try that one.
Well, that was back in Christmas time we tried that one, and I liked it better than I like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you again for sending us this, and continue to share it with your friends, guys. Comment and subscribe. If you don't want to miss a review that we do, hit that notification bell and you'll get notifications of right when we post our videos onto the site.
Typically every Sunday.
Typically every Sunday. Sometimes it goes over into Monday depending on the weather.
All right. Well, if that's all we've got, then I'm ready to start a new week. What about
Yep,
you?
Me too.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget,
Make all your piping moments count.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.